Hey guys, Spirit of the Law here, and welcome to the first of what I hope is a continuing series of videos that I make every Friday, commentating an Age of Empires game. This is one that I played, I guess a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago now, and this was a Regicide. It was a 1v1v1, although it was a little bit suspicious right away because the two of them were just kind of talking, hanging out and everything when I joined the game, and it seemed like they might have been friends. I wasn't totally sure if they had some kind of plan together here or not, so I wasn't too worried about it. I was higher ranked than both of them. I was about 1700 at this time, and I still am. And both of them, I think one of them was just over 1600, one of them was just under 1600. So I felt like I could probably take both of them to v1 anyway, to be completely honest. So let's see how it works out though. Right, this is me down here playing as the Japanese, of course. I always play as the Japanese, you guys know that. And I am yellow, and up here in the orange, playing as the Goths. I think this is the little bit higher rank guy. This was the host of the game. And over here in red, we have the Italians. This guy is a little bit interesting. I noticed when I was just watching this game earlier that he doesn't really believe in building his mills up close to things, and here he does actually have his lumber camp up close, but as you'll see, he's not a firm believer in minimizing that travel distance. So my thought might be that he just likes giving his villagers a workout, and he's big on health and fitness and walking everywhere, and you know, all the power to you, man. And we have just some scouting around that's happening between the two of them. I did not realize it at the time, but this is actually a Black Forest game. I saw just the palm trees and stuff, and I thought, oh hey, it's Yucatan or something like that. Although I probably should have noticed that there's not very many resources around for Yucatan. So I wasn't totally sure what kind of map I was dealing with. It didn't really matter to me, to be honest. Although I probably should have been paying attention to that. Going up here, finding some deer, I find if I'm planning to go for like a faster castle kind of thing, which I definitely am as soon as I start out with a bunch of extra villagers, I should be going for any deer and extra boar that I can find around on the map. Could have been a little bit more aggressive, and if I'd found this right away, wall this off. Again, that would have been, if I knew that this was Black Forest, that would have been a good idea. Kind of realizing I should speed up here since this guy's already feudal. In Regicide maps, you start off with a castle, and you also start off with a king, and if the king gets killed, you lose. And is there anything else about it? Oh yeah, you start off with extra villagers. I think like 5 extra villagers. It's kind of crazy. So here's the Goths player. This is a pretty typical Goth move. It's to go with a Dark Age rush of militia. Interestingly enough, he just went feudal, and he's the host, so he gets to decide, and he picked a map size normal. That probably wasn't a very good idea if this is what he's planning to do, because now he's got to go all this way. He's got to walk his guys all the way down here to me. I mean, by that time, we're looking at 3 or 4 minutes in the game, and I'm definitely going to be feudal by the time it gets there. And running into some jaguars, however you say it, where you're from, and just about killing one of them. So his rush is not off to a good start, and there's actually another couple of jaguars here. Jaguars, I don't know. You can correct me if you want. I think there's an American and a British way of saying it. I'm not sure why that one didn't see it. That's kind of weird. I'm not sure why that first one attacked him if that second one didn't. Anyway, I know this is coming, so I'm gonna build up my little wall. I'm gonna hope that I was just taking some stone just because, to be honest. I don't know how I lost some stone already. But yeah, hopefully he sees this first and he goes after this. Has some men at arms. Okay, so this is getting a little bit more fearsome. I'm feudal though. I'm not feeling too much pressure by this. It is throwing me off a little bit. I've stopped villager production. I'm not totally paying attention to what's going on, but it's allowed me to get up my house wall, and I'm feeling quite defended. I'm just going to throw down archery range, get some archers. That's probably going to be a good idea. He doesn't know about this, as far as I know. Fog of War, no. So he hasn't seen any of this that's going on. So these villagers are quite safe where they are. And he has 24 population, Red has 25 population, and I have 29 population. Not a huge deal at this point, just doing a little bit of scouting with towers. And I kind of like to scout with towers, it just kind of gives you a more permanent kind of idea. Because it's scouting, but at the same time, you can kind of see it for longer. So we're going to go with some archers here to try and fight these off. I'll just repair this house while
Well, if he attacks it and 3 men-at-arms, it should repair about as fast as they break it down. So that's not really going to work. Throwing down a market and blacksmith. The reason I throw down a market in a free-for-all is because it just helps you balance your economy and trade the resources for the other ones that you want. So that's the main idea. I already have 2 buildings to go up. I'm really just waiting on the gold, so I should probably stop making archers pretty soon. And just waiting on the food. And unfortunately my food production is not all that great, and I take my extra villagers that were on food and I throw them over here on stone. I think that was a mistake. I probably should have, even if I just start putting farms out here, just keep going with the food production, because that's going to slow down my advancing times. I should be pretty close to advancing here now because of starting with the extra villagers, and yet I'm not. I'm still a long ways away from that. Still not even making villagers. This is throwing me off in a lot of ways that it shouldn't be, to be honest. Like, this shouldn't really be throwing me off. If anything, I should see this, I should just wall this off. I know about this, just wall this off and just keep doing what I'm doing. Ideally in a free-for-all then, if I become difficult for him to attack, then he would just go and attack the other player. So sometimes defending yourself can be good, because then you get them to fight each other. But I'm not too worried about that. I'm just going to have these villagers, I'm just trying to put them to work. They felt like extra villagers at this point, to be honest. I didn't really know what to do with them. So I figured I'd just throw them here. Now I know that he's coming over, so whatever, they'll just keep migrating, they'll just keep moving. I know these have very small line of sight, so whatever. My map's a little bit unfortunate with the forward gold and the forward stone. I only had this forward gold, I have nothing in the back. Whereas if we check out their maps, probably should have done that first. He has stone here, he has some back gold, which is nice. He has more back gold, he has more stone, and he has stone over here. I don't know if you can technically call that his, because he has to go a long ways to get that. And over here, red, unfortunately, a little bit of a bug map, can't get to that. And oh, also interesting, having the water. This would be really good if he threw down a dock, threw down a couple of fishing ships. That would definitely be worth it to him. Because each of these is 200 food, and then, you know, a dock's 150 wood, and so you end up spending 250 wood for more than 1,000 food. That's a good deal. I'm still throwing these guys around. This is, I should be pushing out here with these. But I'm going castle, that's kind of my priority. I should be upgrading these to crosswomen. Oh no, maybe I can't. I don't think I can upgrade them to crosswomen until castle age. So I don't care. It's weird. It's like I was trying to just distract him and have these run around, but it's not like he can do anything to my base anyway. I should just break open, like maybe destroy that house and just have them come in and out, and then I could throw them in the town center. I don't know what I was thinking. It's being way too defensive. I did manage to save one villager. Where is it? Nope, I think these killed one. And I had one there. So I did have one outside the wall I didn't think that he knew about. That could be a tactical advantage later. And look at this. So the farmer has to go from here all the way over to here and back, all the way to here and back every time they get 10. You should really have another mill here. Or surround his town center. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't do that. Has he not seen that lots of times of people doing that? Like, you put it there so that you can bring them in very quickly. You should put your villagers that have low health around the town center. It's usually a good idea. And anyway, so orange is still attacking me. What's orange up to? He's throwing down 2 blacksmith. That's interesting. Must be feeling like he has the extra wood. Yeah, and he does. Okay, so he's on 31 population, and red is on 49, and I am on 34. Red is just cleaning up here with the population. It's crazy. It's got them all queued up. Oh, that's really good. And I'm still on one town center. I've had it idle for way too much. Finally I have my crossman. I can start moving out. I have the range upgrades. I don't know if I have ballistics. I think I'm building a university so that I can get ballistics. And that's going to give me a huge advantage. And in response to that, probably what I should have done a long time ago, orange is running away. So he's going to take his units that are very weak against mine, and he's just going to get them out of there. And fair enough. He does have a castle, so interestingly enough, as soon as he goes castle age, he can start putting out Huskarls. So I don't want to go too much into crosswomen at this point, because Huskarls are obviously very good against crosswomen, and that would be a bad deal for me. So I have 2 town centers at this point, not keeping up constant production. Yeah, I gotta be better about that in the future. Just making sure that your town centers are always creating villagers. Villagers get you so many resources, they're always worth the investment. Finally getting access to the stones is going to be good. I can actually start walling and stuff. Start building town centers as well, which is probably my main goal right now with the stone, to be honest. And who else is castle? Okay, so red isn't quite castle yet. Red is doing a very good job. Oh, what is he doing, man? Should have gone castle a long time ago. He's still got a lot of resources, you know, for having some inefficiency and having villagers walk, let's be honest, quite a long ways. He's still doing okay for resources. Has a lot more than me, so maybe I shouldn't critique. And I'm trying to keep up villager production at all of these, just make sure I have those 3 that are going. Should be ready to throw down another 1 or 2 pretty soon here. I'm definitely going for kind of a boom in a free-for-all. In a free-for-all, it's generally good to be defensive and to try to have a really good economy and try not to provoke them. That being said, I feel a need for, since he put me back so much, I'd like to get some raiding in on orange. So I'm moving forward here with some crossbowmen, and I haven't really scouted this out. I'm not sure where my scout is. Oh, my scout must have been killed here after finding his castle. Fair enough. Look at this awesome scouting that crossbowmen can do. Archers are really underrated for their ability to scout. I think this is as good, if not better, than a real scout. So we're gonna have a minor skirmish here, and those Huskarls, not good. If I do a little bit of micro, he's gonna run away. So I think I would have taken that engagement if I'd taken out that Huskarl in the next shot, take out his other guys. That was probably a good decision by him. He also has a castle coming. I did not know about that at the time. And what am I paying attention to? So let's take a look at, yeah, so I've stopped villager production again. Can't be doing that. I have another 2 town centers going up. I guess the idea is then I can take from this gold on both sides as well. I can make a lot of farms here, and being a little bit conscious of raiding now. Unfortunately, I can't build a town center here because of the hilly terrain. I'm sending my archers. I'm trying to get around. As far as I know, this is completely open. Of course, it is not. This actually comes back, and I don't know about that castle yet, so I'm just exploring around here, just having a good time, just trying to find maybe some more gold spots on the map, maybe some more stone on the map. And where am I looking right now? So I'm getting my economy set up. And speaking of the stone, I do actually find there's some stone here. That's perfect. I don't really care about the turkeys anymore. Although it's a little weird that he didn't end up finding those. Did he lose? I wonder if he lost his scout. He also lost his scout. This is a very deadly castle. And what does red know about the map? Not too much. He went down here, went over here, and they're actually trading. So this is a 1v1v1, and they seem to be in cahoots, shall we say. I'm not too worried about it. At this point, our scores are pretty close, but I know that those are going to get some distance once I actually start producing some villagers. And I was wondering why I had 10 queued up. No, that was him. I don't have any queued up. Better to have 10 queued up than 0. Okay, so I'm going to throw, just be a little bit cheeky. It's probably worth it to me. This is 1,400 stone. That's enough for 2 castles, to be honest, and a town center. So I'm going to throw a town center there, and I'm going to get 2 castles out of this if this goes well. Castles aren't the best against Huskarls, but to be honest, I enjoy playing against Goth players. I find Dark Rushes pretty easy to fight off. Often, this game might have been an exception, but usually they can't actually damage me more than what their men-at-arms cost them. And as well, my unique unit, since I always play the Japanese, my unique unit, the Samurai, is very good against Huskarls. They're weak against other infantry, and as well, Samurai get a bonus against them. So it ends up being a not very good exchange for him whenever he does that. So I'm perfectly happy playing Goth players most of the time, even if they can outproduce you, as the Japanese, once they start getting all their technologies and their barracks, etc. However, the Japanese also have very good halberdiers that have 25% attack speed. They also have very good champions, which are 2 good counters to Huskarls, so I'm feeling pretty confident in that. Finally walled this up. That's good. I probably should have done that a long time ago. I'm just exploring around the map with my archers at the moment. quite a bustling trade route happening here. That's going to be good for their gold. I am not in on that deal. They did not let me know about that. That's okay. I'm going to build this town center, and I'm just hoping. I'm just curious. No, so he didn't actually know that was there at this point, which is good, because I'm going to get this up. Theoretically, I can wall this off, and we can just scoop up this stone before he finds out about it. That's perfect, because I don't even think... Did I know about that one? I'm just trying to figure out what I knew about. I did know about that stone, but I would rather take his than mine. Grass is always greener, stone is always grayer, gold is always yellower on the other side. You know how it goes. So this is another place I should keep an eye on. So I'm starting to figure out that... or I haven't figured out yet, but I'm going to figure out pretty soon that this is completely... Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Okay, I thought this might have been self-contained. It's not. So I probably should wall this up. I don't think I end up doing that. That's interesting, because he could... Huh. Okay, well we didn't know about that during the game, but he could actually come in and go right through here. I did not know that. So we wall up here in preparation for a little bit of a skirmish. I don't know why his scout's just sitting here laughing at his villager. Yeah, you gotta get that. And he missed. Gotta... Oh, yeah, that puts you back. Okay, so now I have this. I'm going to be queuing up, and I look like Red here, queuing up 10 villagers, and we're going to build a wall. Speaking of Red, let's check in on how far his villagers are walking. Walking quite a ways there. He doesn't obviously have his berry bush anymore. They're walking all the way there. And we have these villagers out here walking all the way there. You know, it's working for him. Can I say that? Can I say he's got a lot of resources? He also has 80 population, and I'm up to 123. Building a gate here. I don't know why he's not harassing me here, but it's about to be too late. I didn't even know about this, to be honest. I was not looking up here. I was looking down here. Over on the left side of the map where he's trying to break in. I'm gonna do... I've been playing a lot of the Zombies custom game online, and I'm big into this, like, wall and wall and wall. And like, this feels kind of familiar. It doesn't feel like something I normally do in a random map. I'm gonna start making siege workshops, start creating scorpions to take these out. Perfect unit choice against them, as far as I'm concerned. Just want to hold these off. Make some scorpions. I'm going to see this ram. I'm going to start throwing down some mangonels. So I'm going to have a couple scorpions and mangonels firing, and it's going to be crazy. I'm just going to wall this up. The stone in this wall is paid for, courtesy of the stone that I'm stealing from him. And of course, still trading. I'm still exploring. He walled it up. That's why that happened. Okay. I just assumed that finished off there. Gotta stop assuming on these maps. This castle should probably be trying to break this down. Every time it fires, I think it does about 50 damage to gates. Gates aren't very good against castles. So I'm just hanging out here. These guys should probably be exploring, but meanwhile, I'm paying attention to this. Let's jump in and take a look at everybody's towns. I have walled this up. Don't have too many resources. Kind of this middle one. I have the stone, but there's really not too much point in map control in this particular map. I'm using up all of my gold though, so I have to be kind of aware of that. Whereas, just look, I know they're trading, but... oh, Red. Alright, yeah, so he has a lot of gold here that he hasn't taken. Just to give you an idea of how quickly we're all getting gold. So I have 6,000, and he has 1,500 going Imperial. I think it's before Orange. That's interesting. So Orange going down with a couple town centers. This is a really bad idea on my part. I added a tower here, thinking, oh, I'll just shoot his lumberjacks. It's going to be really clever. But his lumberjacks actually had to go a really long way. So now he's going to rebuild it somewhere over here. And then they're going to be really close again. So if anything, I'm actually helping his efficiency at lumber camp, because this is going to be really efficient, or inefficient, and I don't think he's going to do anything with it. Okay, so I'm just in a mad rush here to get this stone. Once the stone's dead, I don't really care about all this stuff. It was definitely worth it if I could get 2 castles worth of stone. And I'm also taking stone from here. I'm really stockpiling stone. I should be throwing down a castle here or something to block this. I don't. I'm trying to send myself psychic vibes right now. Please wall this off like a million times and put a castle here and put a bunch of barracks and archery ranges. Please do it, but I don't. And instead I'm going to start pushing on red. I don't know if I've quite realized yet that they're on the same team, but I'm trying to be aware of what if they both attack me at once. What am I going to do? So as far as I'm concerned, this seems to be where Orange is paying attention, and he's finally getting some trebuchets, which means the jig is up over here. However, I've gotten just about all the stone, so this is totally worth it to me. And I feel like I'm distracting orange over here, and I'm just ready just in case. I don't know too much. I know about the castle, but I don't know too much else about it. So I'm gonna make some trebs. I'm gonna make probably some halberdiers here, I would imagine. Yeah, I'm making halberdiers. I'm not actually building any yet. And archery ranges, I'm not really making anything. And just doing a little bit of research. Yeah, and I do have the siege onagers, or not siege onagers, just regular onagers. However, this is in the Forgotten Empires expansion. And in the Forgotten Empires expansion, the regular onagers can take down trees. So I'm starting to build a route through here. I don't really have a plan to come in here and do anything. If he just completely ignores this, I'll probably build a castle right there, but it looks like the jig is up and he'll take down anything. I get the sense they are allied because I finally put this up to take a look at what's going on here, and it turns out they have a lot of trade carts. And I was like, oh, that's interesting, because it was technically a free-for-all. Even though I did get a sense they might have been friends when I went into the game. And he says, no, they're not. And I say, what's with all the trade? And here's my guard towers going up. And, yeah. So, I've used up all the stone. I don't really care about this anymore. I can't remember if I break through or not, just to go and maybe try and harass him. Had he not discovered this, and this was used up, I probably would have done this same thing, except, especially if this had more room, maybe open this up, put down some stables or something, get some light cavalry, and throw that in here. Try to end the game quickly and have him resign. It's an interesting idea to protect all of his eco with this. I'm surprised it doesn't just wall it off, but it's an interesting idea. Okay, let's take a look at my economy. I guess it's been a while. Speaking of inefficiencies and people walking a long ways. So I have some different things going. I've walled this off. I now have lots of farms. How many farms do I have? I probably won about 50, and I just about have 50. Feeling a little huddled in the corner here. I don't really care though. I mean, like I keep saying, I got everything out of this that I wanted. I'm not really trying to hold on to it. I'm just trying to slow him down. The more time he's wasting over here, the more time he's not attacking me. Although I should be using that time to build these defenses. I have a pretty good army here. I have a lot of... so I have some onagers. I'm probably going to go skirms because I like skirms, but I like the idea of hand cannoneers. I don't know what to expect with Italian players, to be completely honest. I never play against Italians. So yeah, they have infantry and a little bit of cavalry. I don't know, not super good on either of those. This is an anti-cavalry unit. And a little bit of siege. I don't know, they just kind of seem a little bit generic. So I'm not... Yeah, I didn't know that at the time. I was just saying, okay, well, if he goes cavalry, I have something. If he goes infantry, I have something. If he goes archer, I have something. Good enough. And we're just going to pile that up. Looking at the scores, I'm kind of glad it's a 2v1 at this point. Oh, good, I did actually wall that up. That would imply that I knew this opened up, which I didn't, so I guess I was just going for it. Okay, well, I'm feeling like I kind of got their trade here. I'll probably build these towers back if they keep doing this. If he's smart, he's going to break this down, send some guys in here, and give me pressure on another front. Because I'm not really feeling pressure over here. I'm just attacking this over here. This is still alive, just a little bit. This is going to finish up. He's going to come after me. Next, I would imagine, kind of secretly, I'm hoping they're attacking each other, but they're not. They're actually, even worse, they're trading with each other. So I'm just trying to vary up my unit composition, which in general is the best way to go about things. So I have elite samurai, which are a good general unit. They attack quickly, they have pretty good stats for their value, but they also have a bonus against unique units. So having them, especially if there's Huskarls in the mix, is a really good idea. Huskarls have 0 defense against infantry and cavalry, and yeah, my samurai also get a bonus against them, so it's crazy. He leaves the gate open, it doesn't really matter, I'm going to two-shot it. And I have a pretty good armor composition. I think these count as a unique unit, so they're going to go down very quickly. Yeah, so one hit more than half kills them. And these cavalry archers get killed by halberdiers. Not a good plan. But anyway, so I'll move up. I'm going to leave these back at first because I don't want to hit my own guys with them. That's one problem with onagers, is they damage your own units, whereas trebuchets do not. I don't know. I just wish I could jump into the game here and take these and build like 5 different walls. So he's sending this down. I should be expecting that because he's gutted me out here. I took the stone and ran, and now I'm just sitting on 4,000 stone that I'm not using. That was a bit of a mistake. If I can look back, I'm also taking this stone. I've taken all of this stone. I have lots. I should be building castles, and I've only built one here that hasn't even fired a shot yet. So meanwhile, I moved into red. I'm starting to wonder where his army is. I'm starting to realize he's all eco. And he has 100, and we have even further farms so far to go, and lumber. Well, those guys are in very good shape. They get a lot of cardio. And imagine, can you imagine like carrying all the wood that you can and carrying all the food that you can? Like, yeah, strong villagers. Okay. Yeah, so I just did the spies just to make sure that I was attacking the right places. I want to make sure I'm attacking his base. I'm sending some infantry. My wave of infantry is kind of going through, and yeah, all those middle barracks are sending the infantry. Unfortunately, I missed them, but I'm going to come in behind and try to take out some of these bombard cannons. Japanese actually have, I would say, the best infantry in the game because of their faster attack speed. I do have a video that looks into the Japanese. It's the first one I uploaded, where I actually took halberdiers from the Aztecs, which don't even get halberdiers, they only get pikemen. And I took the halberdiers from the Japanese and I had them fight some paladins, and actually the Japanese do better. So that 25% attack is even better than the +4 attack of the Aztecs. So I would say the best halberdiers in the game. I use them all the time. They're going to be very effective against this. I still have my cross momentum from a long time ago. That was a mistake. This should have been outrating. I don't necessarily have anything to fight these off right now. So I have some hand cannoneers coming. They're going to be hiding in the back, and I have some halberdiers moving up front. I don't really care about these farms dying, to be honest. I'm pretty much pot capped right now. I'm taking out red. He has very low defense. It's here, nowhere to garrison them. His king... Did his king run? I'm trying to figure out where his king is. Yeah, so his king's running over to orange. Has actually taken a couple hits, and at the moment, I'm getting pushed in by orange, and I have to be careful because if my king dies, it's over. And so I'm trying to make some samurai. I'm trying to figure out where, because red actually gets defeated here in a second, and I have no idea why, because I'm kind of paying attention to this, and he doesn't have anything left. So I'm like, okay, well, he must be hiding. His king's somewhere in the corner. He's got like his onagers, and he's like digging him away. Oh, and he's about to run to the... Oh, I guess they weren't allied. There you go. How fitting is that? I didn't even finish him off. It was his own ally. And, yeah, okay, so I'm feeling good. We got red. I have a huge army with a very good unit composition. I don't necessarily need the skirmishers, but everything else here is going to be good. Yeah, everything else here is going to be good against Huskarls. So I'm going to start heading them over, just getting some free kills along the way. And access to lots of gold here if I choose to use it, and looks like I am. Unfortunately, my town's getting a little bit overrun, and as well as I'm doing, if he comes in here and he kills my king, which is sitting right in here, then this game's actually over. So I'm going to start throwing down another castle, and hopefully garrison something inside of that so he doesn't know which castle. At this point, it's very obvious my king's here because he has the flags showing that there's something in it. Well, what else would I put in it? I'm just going to try to wall this up. I'm not sure I'm actually going to be able to. But one nice thing about my base is I do have this wall that extends all the way here. And I have an out here and another castle nearby. So I do have options, and he's attacking with his trebuchets. Luckily I still have units here. Why am I making skirmishers? I guess I'm out of gold. Yeah, so I gotta start taking gold from here. This is a little bit of a dangerous situation for me to be in, although luckily I clean up his units, and here's my king actually running out in the open. So if he had some archer units or something, I'd be really worried. If he was Britons right now, this would be a very dangerous thing for me to do. So I'm setting up my king. I've already finished off his. I realized the importance of keeping the king alive, and I'm going to take him and I'm going to throw him And you would think maybe I'm going to throw them here. Nope, I'm going to throw them all the way over here to this castle I'm building up in the corner. I am commandeering red space. I don't care that mine's been mostly destroyed. That's not a huge problem for me. I'm going to leave one villager in here so that I have the flags up, which is going to make him think it's still here, as long as he doesn't go pressing the spies button and find out that my king is actually running somewhere over here. Where is my king? Where is that guy? Alright, so I'm building that wall up. Oh no, he's made it. Okay. At the moment, he's just standing around with a few skirmishers. Hopefully I get that castle up soon. Probably gonna, I think I throw up like 3 or 4 castles there. And he can't actually go through Red's walls easily. I'm gonna wall up here. I think this army's good enough. I just don't want anything crazy to happen. Meanwhile, I see his Huskarls, etc., etc. I'm gonna keep making samurai. No, I'm not. Okay. I'm not sure why I'm not, because samurai are a perfect unit. Look at this. We do 16 damage, plus there's a bonus, probably plus 4. Or, I don't think it's like double, but it's like plus 4, plus 5. Against Huskarls, you have 2 defense against them at the moment. Like, this is going to be easy. I'm not sure I knew about that he's forwarding me, but I don't even care. Like, honestly, he could take this whole thing out right now, and I feel like I've got what it takes. Going in, these Huskarls just going to melt to the samurai, and the halberdiers to a lesser extent. The halberdiers are just more just bodies, just extra damage that's going to be done. Destroy any onagers. I've always kind of wondered if those onagers, yeah, I think if those onagers fire on this building, it actually hurts my guys here. So I have to be careful about that. I guess I took out this castle. When did I do that? I must have done that with trebuchets or something. I don't think he would have destroyed that. Okay, and so he's out, and look at this, he ended with so many extra resources, it's crazy. And this guy is starting to run a little low. That's the only thing about Huskarls, is they do actually cost a lot. He's going to run out of gold pretty soon here. Let's double check. How much gold are Huskarls? You know what? They're actually a really good deal. That's, yeah, I take it back. We can pump Huskarls all day. Don't need the skirmishers, but I don't care, so we're going to break this down. Even though I'm under attack, here is his king. And killed by, yeah, wow, that was kind of fitting. That was a lot of onagers. That was pretty awesome. Okay, what a way to go. So, GG, here he was. You know, this was actually, this put some pressure on me. Destroyed one of my castles, with taking down the second. If my king had been here, you know, that might have been scary. And if I wasn't the Japanese that didn't have samurai, this might be a legitimate threat to me. Of course, well, it was still a legitimate threat to me. But I got my king out. So even though there was a little bit of cheekiness with them kind of allying and not being totally upfront that it was a 2v1, it still ended up working out. I still basically played it as if it was a 2v1. Things that I could have done better, I probably could have done a better job being aggressive at the beginning, and certainly with that Dark Age rush with the 3 men-at-arms, and one of them was almost dead. I really could have just, I don't know, archers and scouts and a couple of villagers and could have finished that off. I let that get out of hand and walled up in my base. For them, it could have been a little bit more efficient about getting resources and probably just making sure that they're spending them, I guess would be kind of where I saw things went wrong for them. Also just, yeah, not really using everything. And here he is again, all of them here, just not being super efficient and having extra units not using. That'd just be my critique. However, it's difficult to play against the Japanese. They are the best civilization as far as I'm concerned, and especially against the Goths. So thanks everybody. I'm Spirit of the Law. Thanks for checking out the video. I should be coming to you with the next one next Friday and every Friday after that. It's kind of a continuing Age of Empires on Friday series, which would be cool. And I'm going to have to dig through the old archives and find some good games for you guys, as well as play some new ones. Yeah, and if you guys are interested, I can also make more of those videos that kind of critique different civilizations, like the one that I did for the Japanese. Just let me know civilizations that you want me to do. So thanks everybody for watching, and have a great week. We'll see you next time.